Hey guys, welcome back, and we are on day 3. I'm really excited that you guys have joined me and you've stayed with it this far. Today is all about the lower body, so let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to have you come over onto your hands and knees here. Palms right under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and we're going to start with a little shout out to yoga with cat-cow. I'm going to take an inhale, sweep the chest forward, lift the head and tail, and exhale, rounding the back up into cat. Inhale, lengthening everything out and forward, and exhale. One more time. Taking a moment here as we breathe, finding our bodies, our breath, and lengthen it out. Take a nice deep inhale here, and I want you to go ahead and come onto your forearms for me. Now, when we're on our forearms, we're really active through those arms. So I want you to think about allowing your shoulders to not drop, but keeping them up. So you're kind of pushing the mat away. And then you're also thinking about splitting the mat or sliding the mat apart. So the shoulders are really active. From here, the core is nice and active as well. So we pull the belly in and up like we're zipping up those pants. And then extend your right leg out long. And before we lift it off the mat, just lengthen through it. And I want you to try to square both hips to the mat so they're nice and centered here. I'm going to draw the belly in. You may feel like you have to push a little bit more towards your right elbow to stay centered on your mat, and that's okay. That's totally fine. What we don't want is leaning into that left hip or left side. We want to stay pretty square. Reach out really long through those right tippy toes. Take a breath, and exhale, we lift the leg up and down. So pretty basic movement here, but what we want to think about is stabilization of the center of our bodies. So from the head all the way down through the back, we're not really moving, keeping the body pretty still. Exhale as you press the heel toward the sky. Inhale down. Now, I can show you kind of what goes wrong here really often is people use their low back and it looks like this, right? So you can see how my low back kind of drops, and that's just not a great place for the low back to be. What I want you to think about is keeping that low back nice and strong by drawing the belly in and up and allowing the glute and the hamstring to lift that back leg. Lift and reach it away from you. 2 more. 1 more. We're going to hold it here. Really reach that leg out and away. Point through those toes and little circles up and around, up and around. I had a client one time that was like, if you tell me to do little circles 1 more time, I'm going to walk out of class. But again, circles, so good for the body, really good for the hip. We've got 5, 4, squeeze to lift. You want to feel right underneath your seat. That's where we're working. 2, hold, and reverse that circle around. Nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, really drawing the belly up and in, pressing away from the mat. 3, 2, holding 1. Think about that glute, think about that seat, and little squeezes up and up. They're almost invisible, but you should be able to feel them. Draw belly in, strong shoulders, push away from your mat. 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it in. Not too much of a change. Reset your body, take a breath, set those shoulders, sweep that left leg back, point and reach through the leg, and squeeze to lift. We're on the opposite side. Obviously, we're on the opposite side. Squeeze to lift. And press. It's amazing how much you can get out of really simple, really straightforward movements when you put that intention behind it. So it's easy to just kind of throw your leg around and not get a lot out of the exercise. But here, we're really thinking about the muscle that's doing the work. So we reach long through the back of that leg. Use the glute, use the hamstring, that's the back of your thigh, to pull the leg up. And I don't want you to worry about how high the leg goes. I want you to think about length. Length trumps height here. Staying centered. Watch that you don't lean into that right side of your body. 3 to go, and 2. Final 1. Pause here. Little circles around, 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 around. Little tiny circle. Think about the emphasis on the lift. Lift up. 5, 4, reach longer. 3, 2, hold, reverse it, around and around and around, right from the glute, right from underneath that seat. That's where we're moving from. Watch those shoulders, keep them strong. 4 and 3, 2, pause, little tiny pulse as we go up and up and up. Watch that you're not collapsing into your chest. Push that mat away. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold, and lower it down. Press back for a quick little stretch for those hips. I felt that working. Hope you did too. Good. And we're going to come over onto our knees here. And I want you to set yourself up on your left knee. Your palm is going to go down onto the mat. Opposite hand is going to go to our hip for a little bit of support. We're lengthening out through that spine, taking a nice deep breath in here. Reach long through the right leg. On the exhale, we're going to lift it up and lower it down. Press and down. Now, the key here is not to sink back into the hip bones, but to press those hips forward. And press. Sun feels good. Nice breeze. So pretty here. Last 3 and 2. Hold this one. Little circles around and around and around. Again, if you have any wrist discomfort, make a fist for a wrist. Totally okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. Around and up. Around and up. Reach long through that leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee and sit into that hip. That's good. Coming back, we'll take it to the opposite side. So now I'm on my right knee, nice and supported, pressing those hips forward, extending long through that left leg. Hand is on the hip, reach out through it. Exhale to lift and down. Lift it up. Giving the hip a little bit of love. I'm going to slide down an inch. There we go. And press. Good, you guys. Last 4 and 3. Drawing the abs in and up. Holding 1. Little circle around and up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Watch that you're not dropping and dragging on the ground. Take a breath and reverse that circle around and around and around. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring it in. Have a seat. Give it a little stretch. Good work. And we're going to come up onto those knees. Good. So from here, I want you to take a seat on your heels for a moment. All right, so we find ourselves on our heels here, sitting back, and we're going to do what's called a thigh stretch. It's not really a stretch, so don't get too excited. What I want you to do is, there's this little pelvic tuck that we do as we come up to really open the hips and work the quads. So I want you to take your hands to your hips. You can watch me first and then you'll do it. So we'll take a breath in. On the exhale, we're gonna tuck the pelvis really deeply and rise up. Inhale, the tailbone goes back for us to find our seat. So we exhale, scoop through the pelvis to come up. Inhale, the tailbone leads the way back. Scooping up and back. Exhale, tuck and back. It's really actually good to learn how the pelvis moves, because most of us don't realize how it can go through different planes of motion and movement. Exhale, lift that pubic bone toward your belly to come up. you'll feel your quads engage. And back. I'm on a little bit of an incline here too, so a little extra work. Tuck. And back. One more. Tuck. Pause here. Now, even though we're upright, I want you to still think about that tuck of the pelvis. So neutral, the pelvis would be released and there'd be a little bit more of that natural curve in our low back. But I want you to just find that tuck, lift your belly muscles in and up, float your arms out in front, and on your inhale, we're gonna hinge straight from the kneecap. We're gonna hinge back, and then exhale, get taller as we return. Inhale, we hinge back, exhale to come up. Inhale, we go back, exhale. Now let me show you what goes wrong. A lot of people I see do this, right? And that's just a back bend. We're gonna move from the knees. So we inhale, hinge like you're leaning against an invisible wall. Exhale to bring it up. Inhale, hinge, and exhale. Inhale, take it back, and exhale to come up. Two more. Take it back. Exhale, squeeze to come up. One more. Take it back. Hold it here. Get longer. Bring it all the way up. And take it down. Reach back for a little stretch. Good work, you guys. All right, so from here, I want you to take a seat. Bring those feet in front of you. And we are gonna come back onto our forearms. So I want you to kind of recline yourself back onto the forearms. Fix all my cords. All right, and from here, while we're in this propped position, we want to stay really strong in the shoulders and not let them sink. We're going to lift up, we're going to look forward, pull the chest forward, and draw the belly in nice and deep. From there, we're going to bring the knees in, and we turn the knees out, bringing the heels to touch and the toes apart. On the exhale, we press the legs out and zip the inner thighs up really tight. Inhale to bend and return. Exhale, we press. Inhale to bend. And pull it back. Really think about from your heels all the way up through that pubic bone, you're zipping tight. Exhale, belly pulls in and up as the legs reach. Good. And watching those shoulders. So abs stay strong. We don't sink here. Stay lifted out of those shoulders. And 3. Press and zip it up. Let's do one more. Press it out, zip it up, pause here. You're going to slide your leg closest to me down and set your foot towards the inside of your knee or your thigh, right? Point that opposite toe, and on the inhale, the whole shape goes down toward the mat. Exhale, the whole shape comes in and up. Inhale. So it's like you've made a figure 4 with your legs. Inhale, we go down. Exhale, we lift. Really think about using those low abs. You might feel your inner thighs a little. That's all good. Reach it and lift. Use that breath. We've got 4 and 3, 2, 1 more. Bring it up. Slide the legs out together. Switching sides. So now that opposite leg comes down, connects towards the thigh or the knee. Opposite toes are pointed. Inhale, lower the whole shape down. Exhale to bring the whole shape up. Really pull that belly in nice and deep to lift. Exhale to lift. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and bend the knees, roll yourself all the way up. Good job. Take a nice deep breath here. And we're going to do a little seated stretch for the hips. So I want you to take one leg down, kind of like you're sitting crisscross. Take the opposite leg on top. Now I'm going to turn to face you so you can see. This is like a seated pigeon pose. But if you can't get one leg on top of the other, if your hips just feel really tight, take them over the ankles, right? Totally fine to be here as well. All right, so we're holding that stretch. I want you to sit up as tall as you can. Really lift through the chest, let your shoulders slide down your back. Use your fingertips behind you to kind of sit up a little bit taller. Let that knee open up and slowly bring yourself forward, coming down as far as feels comfortable for you. Take a nice deep breath in. You want to feel that stretch in the side of your hip and your glute. And bring it up, and we'll do the other side. So opposite foot goes on the ground, opposite leg crosses over on top, or just cross at the ankles, totally okay. Take the fingers behind your hips, lifting the chest up, lengthen through the back of your body. Just breathe, let that hip and glute open and release. And if it feels good, bring it forward. Don't force yourself. Don't try to go super low. Just go to where you feel it, where you feel that hip releasing. You feel a nice stretch. One more big breath in. And release it. And you guys are done for the day. Thank you so much for joining me. You did awesome. I'll see you next time. Bye.